Chapter 1. The Purchase. The scent of rusted metal, sweat, and desperation filled the grand auction hall on the outer rim planet of Corexis. Inside, hundreds of species from across the galaxy gathered, all eyes focused on the elevated dais where unfortunate souls were paraded like livestock. A booming voice echoed through the arena. Lot 3047. Female. Hybrid class. Xelian and Earthborn. Rare genetic mix. Strong healing factor, adaptive temperament. Perfect for companionship or service. She was pushed forward. Chains clinked against the cold floor as the girl stood trembling. Her silver hair matted and her eyes, vivid, unnatural violet, darted between bitters. She wore a standard slave tunic, loose and dull, but it did little to hide the strength in her slender frame. Start the bidding at 600 credits. 750. Someone shouted. 1,000. The bidding war escalated until a smooth voice rang out from the upper tier. 5,000. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The auctioneer paused, blinked, then slammed the hammer. Sold! The girl's body stiffened as the crowd murmured. She couldn't see her new owner. All she heard was the familiar hiss of servo mechanisms as two security drones unlocked her chains and nudged her off the stage. No words were exchanged, no comforting hand extended. Just silence. She was whisked away, her head filled with fury and fear. Chapter 2. The Master. Kalen Voss didn't look like the kind of man who bought slaves. In fact, he didn't buy anything in this part of the galaxy. A wealthy ex-commander of the Allied Terran Navy, he now ran his own transport fleet, clean, legal, and entirely independent. But there she was, standing awkwardly in his living quarters aboard the Nightingale, his personal cruiser. "You didn't even look at me," she said through gritted teeth. Kalen raised an eyebrow. "Wasn't interested in a show. Just wanted you out of there." She blinked. "Out of there." He tossed a small tablet on the table. "That slave tag around your neck. It's inactive now. You're free." The words hit her like a plasma bolt. She touched the tag. This is a trick." Kalen leaned back on his couch, hands behind his head. "You think I paid 5,000 credits to trick you?" "I don't understand," she whispered. "You don't need to. You're free to stay on the ship until we reach the Cernian trade hub. From there you can go wherever you like." "And if I don't want to wait?" she asked. "You can leave now," he said, motioning toward the airlock. "Just hope you can breathe vacuum." Her cheeks flushed with embarrassment. She turned away and clenched her fists. "I'm not your pet slave." Kalen chuckled. "Didn't say you were." Chapter 3. Storm Within. The first night passed in silence. Kalen offered her a room, clean, stocked, and comfortable. She didn't sleep in the bed. She paced for hours trying to understand his angle. The second day, she wandered the corridors. The ship was quiet, too quiet. No guards, no surveillance. Just her and the man who purchased her freedom. By the third day she snapped. "Why did you buy me?" she demanded, barging into the galley where Kalen sat sipping synth coffee. He didn't look up. "You were crying. Didn't seem right." "That's not an answer. It's the only one I've got." "Everyone wants something," she hissed. Kalen sighed. "What's your name?" She hesitated. "Era." "Well, Era," he said, meeting her eyes. "I don't want anything. You're safe here. When you believe that, maybe we can talk about what you want." Her breath hitched. He returned to his drink. Chapter 4. The Tearing of Walls. Days blurred. Era stopped threatening to leave. She started helping around the ship, cleaning, organizing storage, even fixing minor power conduits. Kaylin never asked her to. He simply thanked her with a nod or a small smile. She studied him. Kaylin kept to himself. No invasive questions, no orders. He slept on a narrow cot in the command bay and worked endlessly, charting routes, tuning the engine core, reading. One evening, after hours spent watching stars through the observation window, she curled up on the floor and whispered into the dark, "Why didn't anyone come for me?" She didn't know Kaylin had entered. "You were abandoned." She sat up, startled. "No. I don't know." He walked in slowly, then sat beside her. "Same happened to me once. Left behind after a recon mission. Took weeks before anyone came. You start to believe no one ever will." She looked down. "You came." Silence. "Not your pet," she murmured, more to herself than to him. "I know." But minutes later, she curled up beside him, her head resting softly against his leg. Chapter 5. Trouble from Orbit. The Cernian trade hub loomed ahead, gleaming towers on a rotating ring, orbiting a lush jungle planet. But peace was not what greeted them. As they approached docking, a broadcast signal crackled in. "Unidentified vessel. This is Marshal Orvek of the Orion Syndicate. You are carrying illegal cargo. Power down and prepare to be boarded." Kaylin's jaw clenched. "Syndicate goons." Era's face paled. "They know I'm here. They tracked your slave chip, even though I deactivated it. Smart bastards must have set a trap." "They'll kill you," she whispered. "They'll take me back." "Not happening." He jumped into the pilot seat. The Nightingale hummed, engines roaring to life as Kaylin took evasive action. Plasma fire lit up the void. He ducked and rolled the cruiser through the asteroid belt bordering the hub. "Can you handle weapons?" he barked. "I can learn fast." "Then hold tight." Era manned the turret while Kaylin pulled maneuvers that would make a Federation ace dizzy. The Syndicate fighters swarmed like hornets. Laser fire danced against the shields. Era gritted her teeth and fired, taking down 2, then 3. She screamed into the comms. "You want me? Come get me." Finally, with one last spin and a brutal surge from the core drive, the Nightingale burst free, silent and blazing through hyperspace. They were safe. For now. Chapter 6. Confession. Later, bruised and breathless, they sat in the cargo bay. Era cradled a burn on her forearm. Kaylin patched it gently, his hands firm but kind. "You were incredible out there," he said. "You gave me a chance to fight. I gave you freedom. You gave me you." Their eyes locked. She hesitated, then took his hand. "I've been treated like property for so long." Beaten, leashed, silenced. "Thought maybe you were the same. But you're not." He gave a sad smile. "I'm not perfect. But you're real," she said. "And right now that's everything." Chapter 7. A new kind of home. They didn't go to Cernia. Kaylin charted a course to the neutral planet of Allura, where names meant nothing and anyone could start over. Era stayed. He chose to stay. She upgraded the ship's weapons, helped with cargo missions, even fixed the faulty AI that kept calling Kaylin Captain Grumpy. Nights were quiet. She slept in her own quarters, but more often than not, found herself in the common lounge, curled up next to him with a datapad or a warm drink. No chains, no collar, just comfort. One evening, Kaylin found her asleep on the couch, a faint smile on her lips, curled like a cat by his side. He covered her with a blanket. She stirred, looked up at him and whispered, "I'm not your pet slave, but I think I might be yours." He knelt, brushed her hair behind her ear. "Not mine to own, Era. But I'd be proud if you were mine. To walk beside. Her smile widened as she leaned into him.